Good day, ma'am. Today, I'm going to discuss about our topic, the elements and principles of art. The elements of art was already discussed by my other group mates, so today I'm going to tackle about the principles of art. So what is the principles of art? The principles of art are the rules a designer must follow to create an effective and attractive composition. The principles of art is what we use to organize the elements of art. So these elements of art are the line, color, value, shape, form, space, and texture. So the principles of arts are consist of 8. The balance, emphasis, contrast, rhythm and movement, pattern and repetition, unity, variety, and proportion. So number 1, the balance. Balance is divided into 2, the symmetrical balance and the asymmetrical balance. So balance is the way the elements are arranged to create a feeling of stability in a work. Never forget that every element you place in an art has a weight. This weight is the color, size, or texture. Example, just like you wouldn't put all the furniture in one corner of a room because it makes the room more crowded and not appealing to the people or to the visitors. So balance is really important because without balance, your audience will feel as if their eye is sliding off of the art you made. That's all for this. Thank you.
Balance has 2 classifications. First is symmetrical balance, second asymmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance means that 2 halves of work of art are different. However, it creates balance.
The symmetrical balance.
The symmetrical balance allows you to draw attention to all areas of an image equally, since this form of designs is usually very structured and rigid in nature. It's referred to as a formal balance.
So now, let's take a look at another famous piece of artwork, The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh.
This painting, unlike the Taj Mahal, is asymmetrical in nature and yet it's still balanced and strategic in design. Looking at the Taj Mahal and the Starry Night, you can see the profound beauty of both types of balance in design.
Our mind naturally creates order out of the things we see. That's why symmetry is so powerful. Symmetrical design is a design that has order and stability and is therefore easy on the eyes.
Good day, Ma'am Eloida. My task is to discuss about the contrast and the emphasis. So first, let me discuss the emphasis. Emphasis is the focal point of an image or where one area or thing stand out the most. There are many ways you could go about using emphasis in your art. For example, a bright red object will stand out amongst a dull gray background. Or another thing is that a straight line amongst curved lines. The second thing that I am going to discuss is about contrast. Contrast defines a large difference between 2 things to create interest and tension. We can also define contrast as opposite. From the meaning itself, we can easily figure out what does contrast means in the principle of art. For example, black is the opposite of white, and there's a contrast between black ink and white paper. Another example is that light and dark colors, rough and smooth textures, and large and small shapes.
Good day everyone, my task for today is to report the rhythm and movement and the pattern and repetition. Rhythm in art refers to the arrangement of shapes in a way which creates an underlying beat. It is similar to the rhythm in music, but instead of notes and sounds, we use colors and shapes. Movement, on the other hand, is the path the viewer's eyes take through a work of art. Movement can be directed along lines, edges, shapes, and color. The connection of the The two is that rhythm is created when one or more elements are used repeatedly to create a feeling of movement. Pattern is a design in which lines, shapes, forms, or colors are repeated. The part that is repeated is called a motif, and pattern can be regular or irregular. Repetition, on the other hand, is seen as one of the fundamentals of creativity. Why? Because repetition is similar manner to the rhythm. It helps to create a sense of movement within an artwork. In visual production, it is a recurrence of a particular line, pattern, shape, or other visual elements in a single or part of the series.
The eighth one that we use to organize the elements of art or the tools to make art is unity. Unity when all the elements and principles are worked together to create a pleasing image, and also unity, also called harmony, is an important principle of art that gives the artwork a sense of cohesion and coherence, and it is also a wholeness and completeness of a picture. According to William Somerset Maugham, the essence of the beautiful is unity and variety. And that will be all. Thank you.
So good day everyone, especially to you ma'am. And the next, we will be tackling about the variety. Variety, it is the use of differences and change to increase the visual interest of the work. When we say variety, it is the principle of art that adds interest to an artwork. Variety works through juxtaposition and contrast. When an artist places different visual elements next to one another, he or she is using the variety. Straight lines next to curvy lines add variety. Organic shapes next to geometric shapes add variety. Bright colors next to dull colors add variety. That's all.
So, the proportion is the comparative relationship of one part to another with respect to size, quantity, and degree or scale. So, the proportion also describes how the sizes of different parts of the design relate to each other. So, for example, a basketball and a baseball are different in scale but shares the same in the proportion.